This is big breaking news that's coming in. Hardik Pandya, he will be unavailable for India's next two games and he'll only be able to come back for the last two matches of the league stage. India next play England in Lucknow on 29th of October. And then they take on Sri Lanka in Mumbai at the Wankhede Stadium on the 2nd of November. Now, according to a report in Indian Express, this is what the report says, that Pandya, he hasn't even got back to bowling since injuring his ankle during that India versus Bangladesh game last week. He's unlikely to join the team ahead of their game in Lucknow, which is what the BCCI had said, that he was not going to be travelling to Dharamshala, but he will join the team in Lucknow. But that's not going to happen now. The medical team, they will continue to monitor his progress and they'll wait for him to recover at the National Cricket Academy in Bangalore. Now, if you can see those visuals are from that game against Bangladesh, where he had just come down to bowl. And I think 3 deliveries in, that's when he tried to stop the ball after it was hit by Liton Das with his foot. He fell down in the process and then twisted his ankle. He tried to continue bowling, but he was in tremendous pain. And then later on, he limped off with the help of the physio. Then there's a doctor from England who was treating him. Of course, BCCI went into overdrive, made sure that all the treatment that was needed was available. He was flown to the National Cricket Academy, but now what we are hearing is that he will not be available for the next 2 games. Now we know the importance of Hardik Pandya in this side, the balance he provides to this team. We saw this in the last game. It didn't come to hurt India, but what this does is that India have to make changes in the playing 11 and more than one change. There are a couple of changes that they need to make so that the team is balanced. And so, which means now next 2 games he's not going to be available. Jamie, how do you look at this? I mean, the one against England, that is a big game. All said and done, it is an English side. Yes, I know that they've been, punching below their weight. But on any given day, you can expect them to come good. How big is this for India?
Again, it's massive. We spoke about, we're optimistic that it would not be more than 1 match. And we mentioned India taking a gamble that day against New Zealand because New Zealand was the only other team unbeaten that time. The gamble paid off that day. I believe the gamble would probably pay off against England because they're just in such bad shape. Yes, they lost 3 matches 4 years ago and they went on to win it. But again, that's very, very different conditions, a different team. I think England are pretty much down and out for the count. Now, coming to the biggest match, because of what we've been discussing for the last 25 minutes on the show, the South African threat. I have been saying Shami would probably play that match against South Africa because of their batting and what he brings and his Eden Gardens. You're going to need Mohammad Shami there. Now we know that he's playing. Again, Suryakumar Yadav could probably blame Virat Kohli for being run out, so we can't really pass judgment on that one innings. But the 11 will stay the same. Unless Lucknow is a turner, then you need to figure out, do you drop a batsman and play a spinner or do you drop a pacer? More important match against South Africa, more so the way they've smashed the opposition in the last 2 matches. Mohammad Shami always, to my book, had to play that match. And you need Suryakumar Yadav because if they have a Klassen, I know I'm very critical of what Sky has been doing, but on a day, Sky can do what Heinrich Klaassen does. The reason he's playing in the 11 is because of that promise. And let's face it, Sky has gotten 30 ODIs based largely on promise more than performance. So yes, it's a massive setback, but I'm going to say this team is in such a good position.
True.
They're going to find a way to cope for 2 matches without Hardik Pandya.
Yeah, just the way they played the last game without Hardik Pandya. Shardul also put his hand up and said, and came back better in the second spell, Chetan, after Hardik Pandya limped off the field, right, in the match against Bangladesh. They played that match well. And the kind of form that India is in, can we just say it's okay, we don't need Hardik Pandya right now? It's fine?
No, we can't say that. I mean, obviously, he provides a balance. See, when Hardik Pandya is not playing, you need 2 players to replace him. You need to bring in an additional batsman and you need to bring in an additional bowler. And two players replacing him still don't give you that balance in the team. So, we can't win this World Cup without Hardik Pandya. I personally think that. And now let's talk about the two games that are coming up. I agree with Jamie that the playing 11 is pretty much set, that you need to play 6 batsmen and 5 bowlers. Now, who are those 5 bowlers going to be? That's going to be really crucial. I think Ashwin has to play in Lucknow. The pitch is going to turn. Even in Kolkata, it's going to be the slowest Kolkata pitch of the tournament. So there's no doubt about that. But in Lucknow, it's going to be especially slow against England. That venue has been picked for a reason, for the pitch to be slow. And we've seen it has behaved slow in the past games as well. So I think Ashwin comes into the England game. And I think they will not drop Shami. I think they will leave out Siraj for that particular game and say, okay, let's see how Bumrah, Shami do. And if Hardik is not coming back at all in this tournament, then that new ball partnership will become really, really important. For the Kolkata game, they might leave out Ashwin once again. So it just remains to be seen. However, for that South Africa game, the important point here is we'll only have 5 bowlers. Whether you're playing Ashwin or you're playing Shami or you're Siraj, you'll only have 5 bowlers. New Zealand attacked Kuldeep Yadav and you had nobody to control possession, control the proceedings. Jadeja had to bowl out his 10 overs, by the 30th over. So against a big hitting South Africa side, 4, 5, 6, the middle order that likes hitting sixes in the middle overs towards the death. I think 5 bowlers in that game is going to be a real challenge.